Story appears ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Hello, this is CoreTV News on the hour with me, Femi Oguntoye. Another military helicopter has crashed in Yola, Adamawa state capital, killing all 3 crew members. Now, this is the second time air mishap involving the Nigerian airspace will take place in 3 days in the northeast region. Defense headquarters described the ill-fated aircraft as a ground attack helicopter. It said in a statement on its website that the chopper went down around the Federal University of Technology Yola, but did not indicate what may have caused the crash. The military authorities added that the rescue teams worked throughout the night to preserve the wreckage and scene of the accident for proper investigation to be carried out. Residents of Mubi, one of the largest towns in Adamawa State, trooped to the streets on Thursday when a team of local hunters, youth vigilante group and soldiers chased out the members of the Islamic sect Boko Haram that captured and ruled over the town for about a month now. It was gathered that the jubilation was wowed by residents who continually marched on the streets and sang different songs of praises to God. The battle to reclaim the town was fought by the military, local hunters and youth vigilante group members on one side against the heavily armed members of the outlawed Boko Haram on the other side. After victory was recorded against the insurgents in a battle that took hours and left many residents of the town shell-shocked and shaken, they trooped to the streets and center of the town to sing choruses of praise to God, whom they said reclaimed their ancestral home for them. Now, some of the residents said they were excited that their homes had been liberated from the hands of the Boko Haram insurgents who had either been killed or chased out. Members of the Senate Committee on Defense on Thursday had a study session with the Chief of Army Staff Kenneth Menema over the security situation in northeast Nigeria. The senators had wanted the Army's chief to speak on security issues with the media present, but he insisted that the session must be behind closed doors. In spite of the pressure from the senators, the Chief of Army Staff refused to budge.
Excuse me, distinguished chairman. I think I came to interface with the Senate Committee on Defense, not with the press. Can they leave us?
And people are worried. We'll be going home on a weekly basis. People are asking us questions. All we need from you, these are journalists representing the voice of the people. Can you just reassure Nigerians?
What is required of you is to be able to, whatever you tell us, is also for the general public, so also is for the media. There should be a limitation of what you say, and what these media people will take on. You know, as a Chief of Army Staff, you know what we ought to say to give a message. We invited you so that we inform Nigerians that we are not silent and people are not looking at these things without having a thought of it.
Well, thank you, distinguished chairman. I'm here to stand in for the Chief of Defense Staff, who is absent. And then at the private session, I'll be able to respond to some of those issues you have raised. Thank you, sir.
The Catholic Church has also communicated its concerns over the security situation in northeast Nigeria and, of course, the welfare of Nigerians presently displaced to Mr. President. They specifically described government's relief efforts as now effective and asked to be involved in reaching out to people displaced by Boko Haram activities in the region. Catholic Archbishop Ignatius Kaigama told State House correspondents after the meeting that the bishops are not pleased with the situation.
Technically do registration of displaced people. The little funds we gather, we buy clothing and materials and are able to reach out very effectively, you would almost say scientifically, because every victim gets something. So we are telling government that we are aware of the wonderful effort they do, the relief they give through NEMA and other agencies, but the effectiveness of distribution is our concern. And that we are here with long years of experience. As the Catholic Church, we don't discriminate. In fact, 90% of people we give relief to are not Christians or even Catholics, so we should be brought on board. We should provide the skills of registering accurately displaced people and then knowing the right approach to give them relief so that they can feel the impact. What is being done now is not effective. That is the truth.
Now, what so many people have heard the church say in the recent times is that the terrors are targeted at the church. Did you discuss that with the president?
It is not news. It's not new. The Boko Haram agenda is very clear. They want to destroy what is not, according to them, authentic Islam. And the Christians fall into that category. So we are a major target. Just like the government is a target, the Christians are a major target. Other Nigerians are also targets, but we suffer more. For instance, the Bishop of Maiduguri will tell you how many of his parishes have all been destroyed. His minor seminary, his convent and clinics where sisters work, they have all been destroyed.
You're on to CoreTV News live from Lagos. We'll take a break now and I'll be back with more stories. Don't go away.
Glad to have you join us on another edition of The Political Arena, the most detailed and incisive political show.
If you are a sitting governor and the opposition is able to stomach structure against you, that means you are wicked to the people.
He gave me 20 minutes to move or they will shoot me.
He has no chance for survival. If he likes himself, this is the best time to get out before he perishes.
The PDP as a ruling party has failed.
So anybody who thinks that government will fold his hands and allow miscreants to take over the streets of Osun State and cause havoc is deceiving himself.
The good, bad, ugly and beautiful sides of the Nigerian political system. Join me every Sunday at 9:15 p.m. on CoreTV News.
Welcome back. You can get all of our news items on any of our social media platforms. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/CoreTV News. And our Twitter handle is at CoreTV News NG. You can also watch the news and all the news programs on YouTube now. It's youtube.com/CoreTV with a space and news. Speaker of the House of Representatives Aminu Tambuwal has questioned the rationale for the newly commissioned 10 billion naira government house in Kaduna State. He raised the issue at the former declaration of a member of the House of Representatives, Isa Ashiru, for the governorship race in the state. Speaker Tambuwal wondered why such a huge sum would be spent on the complex at the time government hospitals have no drugs and the citizens are wallowing in poverty. While rallying support for the All Progressives Congress, Tambuwal maintained that the people of Kaduna State needs a governor that will place the interests of the masses above personal comfort. And Nigeria's main opposition party, the All Progressives Congress, is convinced that the 2015 election would be decided on the character and leadership qualities of those seeking to lead the country for the next 4 years. The party chairman, John Odigo Oyego, insists that the incumbent president has not done enough to earn the trust of Nigerians at the time the country is losing some of its territory to terrorism.
This is designed as the first in a series of press briefings on the state of the nation. APC also used the occasion to showcase its new media center. And coming soon after President Jonathan's declaration for a second term in office, it was certain that the opposition party would be feasting on that event. Party chairman John Odigo Yegun described speeches delivered by PDP chieftains on that day as misrepresentation of facts and excuses for failure. He insisted that the ruling party cannot deliver on promises it failed to honor in the last 16 years.
2 days ago, you heard Mr. President Goodluck Jonathan announce himself virtually as the candidate of the PDP and ask Nigerians for another 4 years as president. You heard a lot of claims, you heard a lot of misrepresentations, and you heard a lot of voodoo statistics, none of which can stand the barest scrutiny. Disregard them. You heard the excuses for failure to fix basic infrastructure, failure to arrest unprecedented levels of corruption, and halt the march of terrorists daily inching their way towards all of us.
The lingering insurgency is one area APC seems bitter about, and it is convinced that there is a deliberate effort to make it linger. The party chairman doesn't think that the Nigerian military cannot handle Boko Haram and wants an international inquest into the crisis.
Why is it in any conflict situation, when a town is captured, you are told of the level of destruction, the number of deaths on all sides? How come Mubi could be captured without a single shot being fired? How? Why? How come our troops had been withdrawn from Mubi? How come any security agency was not in Mubi? Who is benefiting from all of this? Please ask yourselves, why? Claire, my answer, you are entitled to yours. Is that some people are gaining politically from a continuation of the crisis in the Northeast.
On what the party would have done differently, he has this to say.
On the issues of this nation, security, power, education, agriculture, and issues like that, and what it will do for the Nigerian nation. And if possible, even put a time span to some of these things by which we will want to be judged and challenged when the time comes.
Nigeria's leading opposition party has categorized Nigeria's major problem under the Jonathan administration in 2 words: corruption and insurgency. But it insists it has what it takes to provide the necessary leadership that will provide a solution within a short period of time.
Kano State Governor and presidential aspirant Rabiu Kwankwaso is convinced that the All Progressives Congress will form the next government at the federal level in 2015. He also noted that an APC government will sweep away all those who have been appropriating what rightfully belongs to all Nigerians. Kwankwaso expressed this conviction in Kaduna at the formal declaration of Isa Ashiru for the governorship race on the APC platform. He added that the country needs leaders who will unite the people, regardless of their tribes and religions, while urging Nigerians to join forces with the party to effect change in the polity. All is not well between the authorities of the University of Lagos and the school's chapter of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU. Now, unlike the usual ASU spat with the federal government, the bone of contention this time is centered around staff promotions, which the teachers say are long overdue and subjected to favoritism. The union-like management, though, admitted that there were issues playing around the teachers' promotion. It, however, stated that the problem is already receiving adequate attention. Olajumoke Olatuji was there and brought back this report.
Education, they say, is the bedrock of any nation. But the developed nations did not attain development by merely wishing it. Their dreams and aspirations were actualized through a planned, well-thought-out and executed education system, backed by well-motivated staff, students, and good learning environment. But the case appears not to be so at the moment in the University of Lagos, especially concerning welfare of academic staff. The teachers say promotions have not been forthcoming in the last 15 years. Beyond this, assessments for promotion exercises are fraught with undue favoritism, a situation most of the lecturers described as unbecoming of a federal institution.
We are actually talking about conditions of service and issues that affect the welfare of our members that are not being attended to. It is the fact that nothing concrete has been done about it since we have been engaging with them.
Over the years, the academics in the University of Lagos have been dialoguing, appealing to management to do what is right. We see that there are shifts in goalposts. They do things for some, they don't do for others, and this brings down morale of our members. We have been appealing to them, we've been dialoguing for over 15 years. They keep on promising and promising. We are tired of promises. We want them to take action. So we appeal to the university management to do what is right, honor the agreement, implement what has been agreed upon so that there will be peace.
But how true are those claims?
The issues as raised by ASU were not properly, was not a true reflection of what the reality on the ground is. And one can take those issues one by one. You know, the issue of notional promotion that, of course, at one time the council had said, look, no more notional promotion. But in implementing the no notional promotion, the same members of ASU who received their letters now said, look, they have lost seniority. That, look, just let us know that we are appointed from so date. So that was how the notional promotion issue then cropped back in. Then they talked about accumulated leave. And you know, there's nothing that's far from the truth.
The management of the school may at this point not be ready to leave anything to chances. Only though picked by the manner the lecturers are going about the issue, promised that the UNILAG authorities will ensure that there is light at the end of the tunnel. But how soon will this be?
You know, so all those issues that have been brought up, you know, no vacancy, no promotion, no PhD, no promotion, and all of that. You know, all of those issues are issues that are constantly being discussed, and there's a dialogue that's going on. And if there are any other areas where there's still a shortage, all the heads of departments and the deans have been requested to request for these positions through the development committee, and these positions will be created based on the areas of need.
And as the lecturers and the school's managements continue to blow hot and cold, the students are observing the development with bated breath. Olajumoke Olatunji, CoreTV News, Lagos.
The Committee for Defense of Human Rights, CDHR, has issued a 21-day ultimatum to the management of Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, to provide corporate appropriate compensation for over 60 workers sacked in July last year. Lagos State Chairman of CDHR, Buna Isiak, vows that FRSE management should not expect peace if the organization continues to cheat Nigerians. Omotayo Alo has details.
Some of the over 60 workers that were said to be unjustly relieved of their jobs by the management of FIRS. For them, the shock that greeted their sack and the non-payment of their benefits remains fresh ever after.
Is it not bad? For me that spent 32 years, where do they want me to go? When they give us circular to sign, that circular was compulsory that we must sign. Because I remember when I replied my own, the head of our office that time said, he will not sign my letter because I'm fighting the manager. I said, no, I'm fighting the manager. It's what I felt like. You say you don't need secretary. I have equivalent to HL. You say it's irrelevant. What else do you want me to do?
We want immediate and adequate compensation upon what the injustice they have done upon us.
Pledging to seek justice for the sacked workers, the Lagos State CDHR Chairman Buna Isiak says justice will be sought in the court of law if the management fails to comply with their demands.
CDHR hereby call
for an immediate review of the Federal Inland Revenue Service position in order to meet the demands of the affected workers within 21 days from today.
National President of CDHR, Sunny Enenuvwedai, lamented the poor working conditions in Nigeria while calling for fair treatment for all.
But what is happening there is happening in every parastatal, both state government, federal government, local government. It's happening all over the place. So it's an eye-opener, and Nigeria should be ready.
Attempts by CoreTV News to get the reaction of the FIRS management to the development was rebuffed by senior staff of the establishment who claimed members of the management were not available for comment. However, the last is yet to be seen of the sacked workers' battle against what they claimed was an unjust treatment. Omotayo Alo, CoreTV News, Lagos.
We'll take a break now and I'll be back with some sports updates. Don't go away. This is Judiciary Today.
The judiciary's function is to interpret the law.
The judge in Lagos State is perhaps one of the most comfortable judges in the world.
You can't say because we are fighting terrorists or we're fighting terror, then you go about violating people's rights. We're not going to allow that in this country.
I think that's one of the reasons why some
that's what lawyers do.
I didn't say that what lawyers do.
The TV show that brings you in-depth review and analysis of judiciary issues that affect you.
All police officers to welcome victims with empathy and not say, what were you wearing? Where did you go? What were you doing at 10 p.m. at night?
As the Nigerian judiciary mourns one of their own.
He has gone to court on behalf of Nigerian citizens even without taking a cover.
It is time for lawyers to take their health very seriously, lawyers and judges.
Only on CoreTV. Welcome back. On to sports now. Equatorial Guinea has now been named as the hosts for the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations. The Confederation of African Football has confirmed CAF selected a replacement for Morocco after rejecting their request to delay the 17 January to 8 February finals. Morocco were concerned over the spread of the outbreak of the Ebola virus. CAF subsequently expelled Morocco from the relocated tournament, which will now be held in the country, which co-hosted with Gabon in 2012. Equatorial Guinea will now take on sole responsibility for holding the 16-team event. Now that wraps up this hour on CoreTV News. Do join us again at the top of the hour for more stars. I'm Nifemi Oguntoye. Thanks for being there.